Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, look, the conservative world is upset that recent news about this NFL season Super Bowl halftime performer will be none other than, drumroll please, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is a multi-talented, multi-award winning artist, Latin American superstar. He is have been having these huge sellout concerts in his home country of Puerto Rico. And he is, again, one of the most popular figures in pop culture. And the interesting thing is it has his halftime performance will not only be historic, but has since been so controversial. So many folks on the right is like, are you kidding me? Really? He's gonna do a whole performance in Spanish, a non-English, a non-American speaking performer. How is that gonna be even popular? Why is this relevant for the National Football League? This is America's game. Why are we having somebody who all of his music is not in English? Why is he performing? This doesn't make any sense. This woke culture, woke, blase, this and that and the other. And you know what, y'all? It is sad. It's sad. Now look, I don't speak fluent Spanish. I don't understand fluent Spanish, but I do love the music. Tell me, I want to ask you this. Tell me you don't listen to popular Latin American song and you don't get up and just start dancing, just like, oh, wait a minute. I might not know what they're saying, but I'm feeling it. First of all, the music is so uplifting. It's a celebration 24/7. Gloria Estefan, J-Lo, Pitbull, Mark Anthony. Who else am I? Daddy Yankee. Who else am I? I feel like I'm blanking on some others. But and then you have Bad Bunny, king of Latin trap. The king of Latin trap. He is considered one of the best Latin rappers of all time. And he's just 31 years old. Let me just give you his stats. Well, you know what? I'll wait until later on the show. I'm moving ahead of myself. But it has been announced that Bad Bunny will be performing this season's halftime Super Bowl show, and I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be dope. Yeah, but so many folks on the right is extremely pissed off, and folks like Danica Patrick, Jason Whitlock, just to name, and folks, all of Newsmax, again, all of conservative media has spoken up about the frustration of why he is performing the halftime show. So we'll talk a little more about that. Also, Paul Feinbaum, he is a sports journalist, columnist, as well as TV personality. He's saying, he's considered to enter in the political world. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Also, What else do we have here on the chopping block? Also an HBCU announcer is in hot water after publicly embarrassing and insulting the opposing team's dancers. And then we also have Megyn Kelly, Megyn. I tell you, she's always trying to stay relevant. So she's now going after Serena Williams. So yeah, we'll talk about that. I did have time to discuss it on the last show, so we're gonna actually start it off today on the program. But as always, y'all, thank you so much for taking 1 hour of your time for tuning into the Arrington Gavin show. I'm your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful evening. Do me a favor, be sure, if you happen to be streaming us right now on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. We want to continue to boost those subscribers. We want to continue to boost those viewership numbers. I truly appreciate it. If you can continue to give us a thumbs up, if you happen to watch this video, it helps with the algorithm. And yeah, if you love great conversation, look, share with folks. And look, if you disagree with me, but you still support, I thank you, because I'm an advocate of civil dialogue. It's a civil discourse. It's important that we all agree to disagree. We all can agree to disagree, and we respect others' opinions. Look, I'm not saying I'm not calling myself right all the time. I'm wrong here and there, but I'm giving you my honest opinion on something. So don't get all what this is, and because I get the comments, I read the comments, but it's okay. I got thick skin. People always sticks and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt. I live through that every day. I really do. I can give what of what y'all think. I'm just here to have a great conversation with you all and keep you up to speed as what's happening in our world. So as I mentioned, YouTube, you can also stream the Arrington Gavin show on GOATverse TV, which if you haven't downloaded the app yet, please do so. It's free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. So it's an amazing app filled with so many wonderful programs like yours truly. So be sure to support that. You can also listen to the Arrington Gavin show wherever you listen to your podcast. We're available on all major podcast platforms. And in addition to that, you can check us out on one of our radio affiliates. You probably listening to us right now in New Orleans by way of WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about. Then we're going to fast forward over to we're going to fast forward over to the Metro Atlanta region to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's on WDJY 99.1 FM out in the Metro Atlanta area. Now, let's get it going, y'all, with our fun fact of the day. It's been a minute since we've done a fun fact. So on today's fun fact, being that I brought up the gentleman, Paul, I believe it's pronounced Finebaum, Finebaum, Finebaum. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So he recently was on an interview with Clay Travis, founder of Outkick, which is a sports and political platform that's now owned by Fox, I believe, Fox News or Fox Corporation. And Clay had a sit down with Paul, and basically Paul said, hey, he's considered making a run for politics in the state of Alabama. I believe Senate was the position. So it had me thinking. How many what is the stats on folks, public figures from the sports world? What is the stats of the on the number of folks that has left the sports world to take a leap of faith and join the political space? So I have a list here. So for those who think it's pretty odd for somebody to leave the sports world and enter into politics, it's not. It's really not. Like, we're hearing it now with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is a talker. He's a great debater. He's a popular voice. Really, he has multiple shows. First Take, which is one of the most watched sports debate shows in the world. Then you have he's on 5 days a week on SiriusXM sports show. I believe he's on for about 2 or 3 hours. Then he has another 2-hour program of politics weekly. So the man is everywhere. He has always been in the conversation of, you're so good, you make so much great points. Why don't you take a run at politics? Why don't you take a run? And he says time and time again, he makes too much money. Okay. He makes too much money to take a leap of faith and run for office. And hell, I don't blame him, because the way that man's checks are looking, I ain't stepping in no politics. And I'm not even, my checks are nowhere near close to Stephen A. Smith. Guess what? I would never enter into politics. Okay. I love my position. I love running my mouth. I love being a behind the scenes kind of guy. I love talking and keeping elected officials held accountable, because someone needs to. Somebody got to keep these elected officials accountable. So the fun fact, you probably say, Arrington, get on with it. Get on with it. Well, the fun fact is that there has been a large number of known sports figures that has entered in the political space. First guy is New York Knicks great Bill Bradley. Bill Bradley, 2-time NBA champion, later ran for U.S. Senator for New Jersey, won, and even ran for a Democratic presidential nomination in 2000. He did not win the presidential race, but again, he served on as a U.S. Senator for the state of New Jersey. You got Jim Bunning, baseball Hall of Famer pitcher, later served a U.S. Senator from Kentucky. Jack Kemp, Buffalo Bills quarterback, later became the U.S. congressman and was the Republican vice presidential nominee in 1996. Then we have Kevin Johnson, former NBA All-Star point guard from the Phoenix Suns, became the mayor of Sacramento. Jesse the Body Ventura, yeah, now you going in my realm. Former professional wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer, turned governor of Minnesota. And he, I believe, was an independent governor, which was very rare. He's one of the rare few folks that was a third party candidate that won. Then you have Manny Pacquiao, boxing legend, who's still competing to this day. I'm like, Manny, why? You got it. We get it. You got a steel chin. Give it up. You're doing too much. But he went to become a senator for in the Philippines and even ran for president. And there's a list of so many others. But now I mentioned athletes. Now, if I pulled up here, because Feinbaum is not really an athlete, he is a columnist, he's a journalist, but he works in the sports business. So I said, well, let me look up those that were journalists or broadcasters that entered into politics, sports figures, that is. Craig James, former ESPN college football analyst and ex-NFL player, he ran for U.S. Senator in Texas in 2012. Jamel Hill has said she is heavily involved in political commentary and activism, blurring the line between sports journalism and politics. She says she's hasn't run for office, nor do I think Jamel Hill will ever run for office, but we never know. She's very, very, very involved ever since she left ESPN, or was let go, however you want to put it. She has grown her own platform. And then Howard Cosell, iconic ABC Wide World of Sports and Monday Night Football commentator. He never entered into politics, but his outspoken stance on civil rights and Muhammad Ali made him a powerful political voice. So there's a lot of sports figures that are very knowledgeable in politics, that get involved in politics. I've mentioned Stephen A. Smith, Jamel Hill, what's Sage Steele. Sage Steele's podcast that she has now is, I would say, more political. It's a talk show, but it has that, conservative halo over it. Danica Patrick, even though she doesn't have a show that's political, but she's very involved in politics. She's always easy to get on. She loves getting on Fox News. She loves sharing her opinion on something. There's a list of folks in the sports world that has entered in. So that was just a fun fact, because you're like saying, what? Tommy Tuberville is I believe he's a current senator out of Alabama, former college football coach, very successful college football coach, that is. So the list goes on and on, my friends. So that's just a good little heads up that folks who are involved in the sports world, whether it's journalism or athletes, they tend to, their next chapter tends to always be politics. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So look, my friends, do not go anywhere. I stretched out a little bit over the time, but do not go anywhere. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your friend, Arrington, here on this wonderful evening. Thank you for those who are sticking with us. Look, so I mentioned earlier about Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly is someone who truly, truly, truly irks my nerves to the core. To the core. Do I tune into her show? Yes. Why? Because, for one, it's important to hear from all sides, correct? Also, I'm a stickler. I listen to all platforms, man. It's weird. It's weird. It's like, it's like I'm punishing myself, but I still tune into it. It pains me to watch, but I do. I watch or I listen audio, not for long, but just to, again, get a glimpse, hear what she's talking about and this and that and the other. But there's moments where it's like, okay, she would have some just simple interviews. Like, for example, not too long ago, she had Matthew McConaughey on because Matthew McConaughey has like a new book out. He also has a new film. So boom, it wasn't really too much talking about politics. She was just, talking about what, his brand, what he's here for, this and any other. Cool. But then she goes back to this trolling. And to me personally, she's one of the ones that just kisses the ring, because you endorse a guy who publicly insulted you countless of times during his first term, yet you support him. You talk at one of his rallies, this and that and the other. I'm just like, I don't get it. But hey, suit yourself. Hey, you do you, boo. You do you. But she's in the news because she is trolling now. She trolls everybody. Anybody that's on the left, she trolls. But she's trolling Serena Williams out of all people. I'm like, okay. So recently, Serena Williams put on social media of a video of a picture of a plant. Like, it looks like a exotic looking plant, but it was a cotton plant. It was a cotton plant in a high class hotel in New York City. And this is an article I'm going to read you a little bit from Vibe. It says Serena shudders at the sight of a cotton plant decor in an NYC hotel. Okay, so Serena made an uncomfortable as she exited her New York City hotel due to a piece of decor known to be triggering for some. She posted on Instagram shows of her walking down a hotel hallway toward a decorative cotton plant, leading her to the question how her followers feel about it as she visibly shuddered at the sight. This is due to cotton plants association with transatlantic slave labor. Some of her fans have said, she asked fans, all right, everyone, how do you feel about cotton as decorations? She said, personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. She also picked a single ball of cotton off the branch, telling followers that it feels like nail polish remover cotton before shuddering walking away. So she was recently she was in New York City to support her friend Kim Kardashian at a lavish dinner celebrating the launch of Nike Skims. Other guests included Tiana Taylor, Lotto, Travis Scott, Gail Mitchell, and Martha Stewart. Let's see here. Kim Kardashian says our mission is clear, to redefine women's athletic wear. Okay, I don't want to care to read all of that. But again, the main headline was Serena Williams asking her fans about the cotton decorative plant. Now, I'll be honest, the plant, it looks gross. It looks gross. I wish I had a photo to look at it, but it's literally a white vase, branches with big ass cotton balls, and just it looks out of place to me. It looks out of place to me, and I'll be honest. Not on two things that I think why it triggers Serena, but let me go ahead first and play you this clip of Megyn Kelly sharing her thoughts, because obviously she had to say something about it on her show, because she loses things of what to talk about on her program. She has this massive platform. She can be talking about anything else, but she decides to go after one of the greatest athletes of all time because she disliked a plant, really an awful decor in her opinion. But let me share what Megyn Kelly had to say about this.
Serena Williams is in the news. Why? Because she was in New York to support her friend Kim Kardashian with something she's doing with Nike. And Serena Williams was in town to attend to it. And she's in some hotel. We do not know which hotel she was staying in. She did not publicize that. But Serena Williams, who is one of the richest Americans alive, was triggered by something, Maureen, and I'm going to show you what it was.
All right, everyone. How do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. So actually, it feels like nail polish remover cotton, natural.
Okay. So at the end of that video, she's plucked one of the cotton balls off of the plant, and she's using it to buff her nails. And then she does the hand gesture of ew, where you shake your hands ew, gross. And she drops it. Now, Serena Williams is triggered by cotton, I guess, because it used to be picked by slaves, and she's a Black American. It's 2025. Serena Williams is estimated by Forbes to be worth $350 million. She's married to a very, very rich man too. She hung up her racket in 2022, ending a career in which she earned $95 million in prize money, more prize money than any female athlete in history. She has endorsement deals to this day with more than a dozen brands. She's active as an investor in her own venture capital firm. She's got a licensing deal with a beauty line. She's launched a multimedia company. She owns part of the Miami Dolphins, but she is an oppressed direct descendant of slaves, I guess. And that's how she sees herself to this day, because I guess generational trauma, as the kids call it. She can't walk by a cotton plant in a luxury hotel to go promote Kim Kardashian's Skims line without feeling trauma that she has to videotape and post on Insta. Serena.
Okay, guys. So let me get this straight. So, for one, a white woman is telling a black woman how to process black experience. Okay. In all honesty, it looks like Megyn is truly she's triggered because of Serena's success. Why does you see how she acknowledged all her wealth, her this, her that? Oh my gosh. So she literally is worth this much. Why is she triggered about less? Oh my gosh. First of all, I'll give you my honest opinion. The plant is tacky. So I'm gonna, a F for the hotel for even putting that plant there. Two, here's how you gotta think about it. Serena Williams is a black woman. She's a very successful black woman. The hotel that she stayed in, I guarantee you, probably not a lot of, it might. It's very rare to see a black woman at her status in that hotel. So to them, who cares? I'm not saying, I don't know who's in ownership. I don't know who's in higher management with that hotel. But to them, they could care less. Who's it gonna offend? Okay. Now, I'll be honest. If I was Serena, right, and I saw that plant, personally, I could care less about decor. Yeah, I would look at it, I'll be like, that's an ugly plant. First thing I want to say is, okay, oppression is that. But you go back and forth, and how many cotton plants do you see? Look, I've been to a lot of home decor homes. I've been to a lot of arts and crafts spots. I rarely see cotton filled things. Now, of course, clothes and material items are made out of cotton, but you rarely see cotton balls. I mean, you see them you see them at like a pharmacy, like she said. Ladies use it as a nail remover or cotton pads, things like that. But a cotton plant, I'm not gonna lie, that I rarely see cotton plants out. But hey, it offended Serena. Now, I doubt it that she went downstairs and says, I think you should take it off, because she knows that her platform could, would say otherwise. But her going downstairs saying, I think you need to remove that plant. I mean, could it be looked upon as, okay, man, you a little too extra, because look, in my opinion, I would see it. I mean, like, okay, if it offends me, I don't need to come back to this. But at the end of the day, then you bring up the question, well, when would they ever learn? When would, corporate America, when would this hotel ever learn that, hey, look, that can be looked upon as Now I can see my conservative friends right now saying, oh my gosh, that's the woke stuff we're talking about, Arrington, being so overboard. It's a plan, for crying out loud. Are you really triggered by that? Me personally, I could care less about the damn plan. But I'm bringing this up because you have at one point a lady trolling Serena because she found offense to it. And like I said, the hotel, a lot of places that Serena goes to probably does not accommodate people of her color, of her complexion often. So to them, it never triggered anybody until now. So I'll continue on the question like Serena asked her fans. What's your thoughts on a cotton plant? Because she peeled it off like, hey, this is like cotton, like the nail remover. So this is kind of a tacky decor in a very expensive hotel. But to y'all, what's your take on it? What's your take on that? Do you see Serena being in the right? Do you see her being over dramatic and woke? Is she being woke in this case? Is Megyn Kelly right to talk about like the success and the status of Serena, and basically that she's wanting to be seen and going overboard? Is Megyn Kelly right, or is she just trolling? What's your take on it? Let me know simply by visiting our website, www.theagshow.com. Shoot me a contact. I want to hear you, or you can DM me on IG at the Arrington Gavin Show. All right, my friends, let's move it on. Let's move it on to a next story that's gone viral here. At a recent HBCU game, hold tight. Let me go ahead and see if I can find my. There we go. So recently, at a HBCU football game, historically black university, by the way, for those who are trying to say when is HBCU, Florida A&M announcer is in hot water for offending the opposing team's dancers. Let me see. The school that they were playing was let's see, Alabama State dance team, and Florida A&M University. It was at Florida A&M. Go Rattlers. The reason why I say go Rattlers, and I'm not defending this announcer. I'm just saying I got family that are alumni from Florida A&M, so that's why I say go Rattlers. But the announcer is in some hot water because this remarks right here. Let me play it for you.
They're now the new face of Ozempic.
And see, you hear the response, you hear the reaction of the crowd. They're like, whoa, bro. That was below the belt. That was below the belt. And so it's sad because I went to, so in Virginia, we have a historic game between Norfolk State University, led by former NFL superstar Michael Vick. This is an inaugural season as a head college football coach. They had played this past season Virginia State University, Trojans, Virginia State University. And the game between them is always called the Battle of the States. The Battle of the States. Because and it's a history behind it, but they're both in-state schools, seeing who was at top, this and that, and the other. And it's a big rivalry. The game was amazing, by the way. It had about over 22,000 people in attendance, and it was spectacular. But you have the announcer, throwing little jabs on the opposing team because it's just, hey, it's a friendly game of football. Yes, it's still competitive, but it's still friendly. It's a family function. It's a family event. And so you have here where the announcer, by the way, he's a longtime announcer for FAM News Marching 100 band. His name is Joe Bullard. And he said, and well, I'm not going to repeat it because you heard it there, but after he had said that, the crowd truly on both sides did not like that. You don't call children, at the end of the day, these are young individuals. And Alabama State has a plus size dance team, and the man said the new face of Ozempic. I mean, wow. Now, after the game, the president of FAMU, Marva Johnson, released a statement condemning Bullard's comments and apologizing to the Honeybees. That's the name of the Alabama State dance team, saying, on behalf of Florida A&M University, I extend my deepest and sincere apologies to the Honeybees, the Mighty Marching Hornets, President Quentin Ross, and the entire Alabama State University community. The Honeybees represent discipline, school pride, and their performance tradition is respected across the nation. To have their dedication and artistry diminished by a thoughtless comment does not reflect the values of the respect we hold for our colleagues at Alabama State University or the broader HBCU community. So yes, my man is in some was truly fumbled the bag on that one. I mean, he could possibly lose his job over this. I mean, I'm not trying to put that in the atmosphere, but he brought it on himself. This just went viral. Like, it's a simple, keep the jokes to the comedians. Everybody ain't funny. Okay? Everybody is not funny. Y'all remember, if y'all don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, it was insulting. I got his point when he said it, but it was bad timing, y'all. Bad timing. So like this joke was poor timing. Let's see here. What else we got on the chopping block for you? So I want to take another commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk about the recent news about this year's Super Bowl halftime performer. You are listening, my friends, to the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. You're tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Jazarian Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazarianLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
All right, family, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. So as I before we went to that commercial break, I brought up the issues that folks have with the recent news about Bad Bunny being named the halftime Super Bowl halftime performer. And let's just be honest. I mean, the conservatives, the right, far right, they got their panties in a bunch so bad because they had an issue with Kendrick Lamar. Oh, they couldn't stand Kendrick Lamar's performance. Let me tell you something. Hands down, and I say it again because I said it to my friend, Republican strategist Malik Abdul. Kendrick Lamar is in the top 3 best Super Bowl. He's easily top 5 best Super Bowl halftime shows of all time, bar none. Any of y'all that disagree with me, well, y'all can go scratch. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that was the best Super Bowl halftime. Creativity, hit by hit. It was, you had Sam Jackson, you had Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson dressed as Uncle. It was priceless. But as I continue, it was recently announced that Bad Bunny will be this year's Super Bowl halftime performer. And again, let me read you a little bit about his stats. So Bad Bunny is known as the king of Latin trap. He is a rapper, singer, recording producer, and actor, and talented professional wrestler. Oh yeah, he did a stint in WWE too. He is considered one of the best Latin rappers of all time. All this at the age of 31. He's based out of Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. And let's see here. He had his hit song Soy Pero, which led to a recording contract with Hear This Music. He continued gaining traction with songs such as his features on Cardi B's Billboard 100 number I Like It alongside J Balvin. His top 10 single Mia featuring Drake. Bad Bunny's debut studio album in 2018, X100 peaked the number 10 on the US Billboard 200. So here's the thing, even though his songs might not be in, I'm look, I don't listen fully to his music, but if his songs are not in English, how the hell does he succeed on US charts so much? Maybe it's because folks love his music. Folks, you'd be surprised how many folks understand that, you know, that are fluent in Spanish, that speak Spanish. I mean, we have a large population, Latin American population here in the States. So he's successful. He is successful, and he is truly talented. And his shows out in Puerto Rico, if you've seen him on social media, he is literally having the status of a Chris Brown in Puerto Rico. But this guy's a worldwide superstar. Let's just be honest. He's a worldwide superstar. Let's see here. His accolades includes 3 Grammys, 11 Latin Grammy Awards, 8 Billboard Music Awards, 13 Laurel Nuestro Awards. He was crowned Artist of the Year by Billboard in 2022. He was the most streamed artist on Spotify from 2020 to 2022, the second in 2023, and the third in 2024. As of April 2024, Bad Bunny has sold over 7 million records worldwide. 7 million records worldwide. Why the hell shouldn't he be a Super Bowl halftime? Explain to me this. Well, actually, I have somebody that can explain for me, y'all. Your favorite, Jason Whitlock. Oh, you're welcome. Surprise. I got your friend Jason Whitlock, because you know he got something to say. I don't know whose words, him or Megyn Kelly.
This is a horrific decision.
Why? Why? Hold on. And everything in your power, Jason.
It's an anti-ICE rally. That's all. This is trolling Donald Trump in Northern California. This is Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris saying, hey, look, they just had a Charlie Kirk memorial service that had a pretty pro-Christian message and was powerful. And we're going to respond with the most demonic, Marxist, open borders. And
how's it demonic?
Bad Bunny's music is demonic, like most commercial rap music is demonic. It promotes things antithetical to Jesus Christ. That's demonic. This guy is a Latin.
But wait a minute. Let me ask you something. I don't believe in Jesus Christ, okay?
I got that.
I'm Jewish. I am Jewish. And are you saying that every Jew is by definition then demonic?
Are you a gangster rapper? I'm talking about music, Harvey.
But Jason, you sound, when I was 7 years old, they said this about Elvis Presley. What you are saying is exactly what what other parents said about Elvis, that he was the devil, that he was going to corrupt kids. They said it about the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. This is an old story.
It is. And you know what? Your parents may have been right about Elvis. I was not an Elvis. I wasn't around when Elvis was really popular. Look, I love the Isley Brothers. I love Jodeci. I love a lot of older music, older R&B music. But this rap thing is clearly demonic.
Jason.
And decision. This is a horrific decision.
Why?
Okay. So can I just flat out and say, yes, Jason Whitlock is one crazy ass individual. I'm sorry. He is one of the most pettiest, the most trolling. When somebody, it's a cry for help without literally saying the words that or crying and saying help me, help me. Like, it's a cry for help every time he opens his mouth. Why? Because this is a guy that at one point you saw him on ESPN. He was a fairly popular sports commentator, a sports writer and columnist. He was on FS1. He left from there. Then he started his own thing with Blaze TV. He's always been a conservative. He's always had that conservative piece, but he's now on Blaze with Glenn Beck, and he has this program, and everything that comes out of his mouth is like, what are you? So okay, so in Jason Whitlock's mind, all rap music, the rap industry is demonic. All rappers. Okay, so Jason, you are a man of faith, as you always say. Are you saying gospel rappers are demonic? You said all commercial rap. This man continue. Anybody that is successful, he finds an issue with it. Y'all ever had that person in your family that is like, no one can ever satisfy them? That's Jason Whitlock, and he doesn't make any sense. What he's doing again is being relevant, just like a Megyn Kelly. But in all honesty, I could take Megyn Kelly all day, every day compared to Jason Whitlock. So Jason Whitlock is already saying this is the left winning, telling them, hey, look, this is the celebration, this is the open border, this and that. Give me a flipping break. He literally said, I'm with the Isaac Brothers, Joe to see. Okay, great bands. They sung about sex. They sung about sex before marriage. Okay. They talked about love, but they talked about sex. What are you implying here? All rapper, like, come on, give me a break. But he's not the only one. Let me go ahead and read you this. This is reported by Rolling Stone magazine. That was just one fool I wanted to let y'all hear, because he continues to be uninvited to the cookouts. Okay, I'll just be honest. He continues to be the uninvited relative at the cookouts. So says here that let me see. Let me get to where it gets to the nitty gritty. Okay, it says here Latin music. This is a good way to start. Latin music. Okay, Bad Bunny is preparing to achieve yet another major cultural milestone as the first Super Bowl halftime artist to perform solely in Spanish. Now, look, I get it. This is America. I already can tell you right now. This is America. What do they have in a Spanish speaking in our country? And all a country that was built. Okay, a country that was built by not just folks who were born in the States, but folks who were not. Our country succeeds because we are a melting pot. You hear me? We are a melting pot filled with so many cultures, filled with so many religions, filled with so many nationalities, and all in one place. Hell, I would love to see a reggae halftime performer. I truly do, man. All day, every day. You talk about a party. I was having a conversation. I was having a debate with my wife about who would possibly be who could do the halftime performer, who you think it will be. And like, one thing my wife and I have in common, we love Adele. Love Adele. Adele's a successful artist. For those who don't know, you're living under a rock, but Adele's she's the stuff. I told you, as successful as Adele is, she would not succeed with a Super Bowl halftime. And she said, excuse me, my wife, you would have thought she would have ripped my head off and threw it across the room. Adele is not a halftime Super Bowl performer. She is an amazing performer, amazing singer, multi-talented, multi-Grammy winning. She is top tier in my book. I love Adele. Love Adele. But to me, she's not Super Bowl halftime material. Super Bowl halftime, you need entertainers, you need theatrical, you need choreography, you need everything, and you need something. You need something like out of the box. For example, Chris Brown. I would have loved to see Chris Brown do the Super Bowl halftime, but he's continue to be on tour, doing his thing, making tons of money, flying out of skies and whatnot. He is our generation's Michael Jackson, hands down. I'll do a show literally on that if I need to explain why. You had Shakira and J-Lo. It made sense for them to do a Super Bowl halftime. You have Usher, perfect person to do a Super Bowl halftime. You had the Black Eyed Peas at the time to do Super Bowl half. You had Prince. You have people that are moving around the stage. I'll be honest, when Coldplay did it, it was trash. Nothing against Coldplay's music. They're successful, but they're not. That's why do you think they just needed help from Beyonce? They needed help from Bruno Mars too. Come on now. Bruno killed it by himself. Beyonce, of course, killed it by herself. Madonna did her thing. But it makes sense to have Bad Bunny. Again, Bad Bunny has been selling out in Puerto Rico. He had a 31-day residency in El Coliseo del Puerto Rico with a record-breaking live stream of his final show via Amazon Music. It was the most watched single artist performance in history of the platform. Okay. Now, this historically significant moment comes with political implications that have led deeply in divided viewpoints. Now, obviously, what's the big issue that we have going on in our country? Deportations left and right. Literally personally targeting folks that are not from here, and then you're personally attacking folks that are born and raised here, and that are it's almost like a stop and frisk. Like they're literally like looking at yes, it happens. You have our local cities, our metro areas filled with military soldiers, okay, filled with folks in the military just walking the streets. I mean, we're living in troubled times right now, y'all. Latin music is the fastest growing genre in the United States with revenues of $1.4 billion, and Bad Bunny's Latin music's biggest star. But at the same time, Latinos and Spanish language are being targeted as migrants are violently kidnapped on the street corners and disappeared by the Trump administration. Bad Bunny himself said he skipped touring across the U.S. because of the political potential for ICE presence at his concerts. It makes perfect sense. As ICE raids in major mainland American cities have been much more prevalent than in Puerto Rico, still this has led some to question why he is choosing to do a performance in the U.S. now. His status as a Spanish-speaking Latino, his statement about ICE, and his long-standing opposition to President Trump have also made him a natural target for conservative backlash. Conservative backlash is always going to have an issue with anybody that disagrees with Trump, especially somebody that is, I'm sorry, but is from Puerto Rico. They're always going to attack, or somebody from the entertainment space. They're always going to publicly, or just they're always going to have an issue with it. I mean, when you get to talking about race with the right, it's just, they remember, shout out to Jillian Michaels. She hot mess there. But where did I leave off? I lost my place. Conservative political commentator Benny Johnson called him a massive Trump hater and anti-ICE activist with no songs in English. Other commentators along suggest that he should be detained or deported ahead of the show. You see what comes out of these folks' mouths? Again, lack of empathy. And they always want to play the victim. Like, dear God, look, I am no liberal whatsoever, but the right, y'all got to do better. Y'all cannot continue this nonsense, this notion, lying to the public, saying, oh my gosh, the radical left is the most danger to our society. And then yet you're telling these folks, because of this man's views, because y'all just saying F the First Amendment, because of this man's views, he should be detained or even deported before the show. So now I can't, y'all. I really can't. While negative responses to the halftime announcement echo centuries long sentiments of Latinos and perpetual foreigners, it also reflects the fact that most Americans still do not know that Puerto Rico, where Bad Bunny was born, raised, and still lives, is a territory. Oh, get this. U.S. and Puerto Ricans have U.S. citizenship. Yeah. What did he say on Sanford and Son? You big dummy. Yes, it is true. Puerto Rico is U.S. territory, which makes Bad Bunny a U.S. citizen. So once again, y'all, the right who's so pro-America, USA, you guys are attacking one of your own. You're attacking a citizen. I don't get it. I really do not get it. Can y'all explain to me this? Can y'all explain? Oh Lord. Truth is, I'm tired. Hold up here. So let me see here, because I lost my place there. But y'all, I think it'll be a great performance. Do I wish I knew most of the words that he was saying? Yes. It will be different to and here's the thing. I've watched the Latin Grammys before and enjoyed it. And asked me if I knew a word. I might have knew pockets here and there, but I still enjoyed it. Again, music, sometimes, y'all, music doesn't have to even have words that you understand. It's all about it's the instruments, it's the music, it's the theme. We're smart. We can understand. I mean, look, there's a whole genre that barely even has words. Do you know what genre that is? Jazz. Okay. You go to orchestras to listen to music. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, people. It's not the end of the world. Y'all continue to have these off the wall stuff. Look, ignore what the right is telling you about this. It's going to be an amazing halftime. It's history in the making. Okay. So you get to witness history. He's going to give what his residency in Puerto Rico was. We're going to get a taste of that. We're going to get a taste of that during the Super Bowl halftime, which I believe will be in Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I have to look it up. Y'all, that is my time. Peace and blessings. Continue to stay informed. Be sure to vote. We got big elections happening this year. Peace and blessings. I'm out, y'all.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.